Heyo everybody and welcome back to DRG. Today we are going to be taking a look at another viewer build. This one is by Tank Killer. If you recognize the name, that is because they are from the flow rate expansion video, which was a very good video, and I actually enjoy flow rate expansion now because of it. Is it a good overclock? Probably not, but hey, I enjoyed it, so that's a good overclock in my book, is that right? Anyway, we are going to be playing with Bullets of Mercy with this specific setup, with Stun in T5, Hollow Points, High Capacity Magazine, Increased Caliber Rounds, and Quick Fire Ejector. And then we are also going to be playing with Compact Shells with Fear the Boomstick, Super Blow-Through Rounds, Improved Stun, Double Trigger, and Expanded Ammo Bags. Now, the one mod that is very specific in this one is going to be Fear the Boomstick. We've already taken a look at Improved Stun. It is very good on Boomstick. But let's talk about Fear the Boomstick. I have not played with this in a very long time in a non-randomizer setting. And probably most people don't know what it actually does. It does a proximity fear of a 50% chance of fear in a 5-meter radius around you when you pull the trigger. Now, that fear chance isn't actually a 50% fear on most bugs. Most bugs will have it down to 25, because every bug has a courage mechanic, and depending on the percentage of that courage mechanic, they will reduce the fear chance by that amount. So like Menaces, they have 70, so it reduces it by 70%. Normal bugs like basic grunts, guards, slashers, praetorians, all have 50%, and most bugs have 50%. And then Mactera don't have a courage, so they get the full brunt of the 50% chance. So that leaves the proximity fear chance at 25%, which is 2 25% rolls. You have to basically hit a 1 out of 4 to fear a bug on 2 rolls, which isn't consistent, but hey, it is there, and it is actually really good when you do proc it. So, with this specific build, what we are going to be relying on with Bullets of Mercy are going to be our IFGs and Boomstick Stun, and hoping that we don't accidentally stun the Praetorian with Deep Core Stun, since it's not that good. It is a, what is it? Does it show it on here? It doesn't show the stun chance, or the stun time. I think it's a 3-second stun. It might be a 1-second stun. It might be a 2-second stun. I know it's not a very long stun, but we're going to be hoping not to stun the Praetorian with this. It would probably be better to take Fire Rate or Battle Frenzy on Bullets of Mercy here, because if we do stun a bug with our primary fire, it is not going to be able to be stunned with our secondary fire here. So that's just, maybe we're going to be running 2 missions here, just with Stun and then Improved Gas System next, or Battle Frenzy, because I have been enjoying Battle Frenzy quite a lot. Anyway, let's get down into the mission. So, our first mission here today is going to be a 300 Morkite mission with the Oppressors, kill 7 Oppressors, I believe, as the secondary. And I was recently thinking, because I switched my season, whatever season I was in, I switched it. And I was wondering, I wonder how people would feel if we were locked into Season 4 or Season 3 for the entirety of Season 5. What is happening with Molly? Be okay? I highly doubt that she is. What I'm talking about is if the season selection screen didn't exist, and we were just locked into a certain season for a year and a half is what it's probably going to be before season 6 comes out. Which season would what season would be the absolute worst if we were still in Plaguefall, dude? People would probably have quit this game so long ago, instead of being nice and happy about it. Speaking of, we are a minute into the mission. That's why we're hearing Praetorian or Oppressors spawn, because that's when these guys, like, disappear, apparently. Okay, that's a little bit weird. We do need Bosco to come around and shock this guy, since he is immune to all stun, and we don't have any other way to... Molly, do you have to place yourself in... We're on Hazard 2. Where are we on Hazard 2? As I was rudely interrupted, realizing that we were playing on Hazard 2, like, I'm so glad that they introduced the season change mechanic, because I would be so tired of core spawns, and of course we're on a point extract map, aren't we? Because we have a wave incoming immediately, and we have a wave incoming immediate. You know what I will say? There is a synergy here between Fear the Boomstick and Fear. So how Fear works is when a bug is feared, they have to run 10 meters away from whatever was fearing them, or like 10 meters in a direction, but they have a 50% move speed bonus while they are feared. And if you slow them down, if you stun them, or if you do anything to them, it will interrupt that, and they will still have to run the rest of the 10 meters. So we have a little bit of an interesting build here, where we will shoot the bug, stun it for 6 seconds, and then it's feared, dude. It still has to run that long. Mostly that probably won't matter, because if you let a bug live for 6 seconds while it's stunned, it's probably you're playing Scout. Yeah, this is absolutely a point extract map, because this is the like upstairs area that wraps around with the central pillar, and then we have the up there area, which has a bunch of stuff up there, and then we have the downstairs area here, and then we have a weird like section to go off over there, which doesn't really happen. Usually this section, I think this section wraps around this way or this way. I think it wraps around this way, this map. Anyway, why am I explaining all that? I'm just explaining that point extract maps definitely do exist. So, a little bit of a synergy that we have for our stuff. Anyway, as I was rudely interrupted for my own thoughts by myself, it's just, I am glad that the season change mechanic came around so that I can go back and play my favorite seasons, and so that you can't really get tired of a single season. Like, it's going to happen with, no matter what it is 100% going to happen with Season 6, is that people are going to get tired of it and want to play a different season. Why is this ground so fucking awful to walk on? I absolutely hate it. Luckily we have Berserk, so I am, you know, gaining HP as I'm losing HP, but, you know, we are also Scout, so it really doesn't matter. But people are going to get tired of Season 5, guaranteed. 100% they are going to get tired of it, and I am glad that the season change mechanic exists so I can change out of that shit. Now, of course, I think Ossuary Depths, which is what it's called, will still exist in the other seasons. It will just, the season event won't exist. Or, you know, it won't exist. You'll have a lower chance to spawn, is what I'm talking about. Anyway, let's get this Tritilyte done. You know, this is a rare opportunity here. We have a Tritilyte to do, and we also have a very rare thing. We have a Tritilyte and we have a tanker pod, which the tanker pod allows us to build a little bit of a section here, and if we place it right, we are going to be able to climb up there with a little bit of a tanker pod action, or a little bit of a, what is it called, a little bit of pipeline action, which will help us immensely get up there for the Tritilyte here. Now, we aren't going to be doing the... That is a lot of bugs that just spawned. That is not really Pog, but it'll be fine. We also have exploders on this mission, which makes this insanely easy. Exploders existing. Here's an IFG, and now we just wait for them. This is why I don't like exploders in my bad builds. And now, I didn't even do anything, and most of the wave has been absolutely murdered in a half, dude. That is why I don't like exploders, but it is fine. I am not going to even try to re-roll this thing, because I am mostly okay with them being here. Another exploder. Here's another IFG. We can now kill the exploder and watch as it kills pretty much every single bug in this AoE. Now, we do have a issue with the Warden coming in, but I don't think that Warden is going to really enjoy being, like, murderized by a bunch of exploders. Exploders are insanely powerful, if you didn't know. Now, we can use the 6-second stun to absolutely Shrek this. God, I will always appreciate the 6-second long stun from this overclock, whatever it's fucking called. I forget what it is called. Boomstick. It's not an overclock. It's absolutely. Hey, we are almost out of IFGs. There's a problem here. There's a second fucking exploder there. What a... Just start using Blast Wave. Who cares? Just start using it. Can you please? He died. You know what? We're golden. Is that a meteor? Oh my god. Is that a full-size meteor is the big question. That's fragments. Okay, I don't have to care about it. I thought there was about to be a meteor, and we're not even in season 4/3. Because if you are in season 4/3, that means you are at a likelihood of getting meteorites, but not the case right now. We also still don't have a resupply, huh? Alright, let's get this Tritilyte going here. Since we do have a pipeline here, just because it landed in one of the worst spots possible for Scout to be able to be done, I wish I left it, like, undone, so that I can build it up there. But that is a problem that I think I will have later. Now let's quickly kill all these bugs and see if I can do this real quick. I also wish I brought Unstoppable, but, you know, the plans of mice and men are really there. This is something that you can't do on a normal mission, is die to a bunch of bugs, actually. Dude, why is there so many? Why is that man stunned, dude? Why is that man stunned? Do we have ammo? I just tried to press the... You know what? Give me all your blood, dude. We have stun. We have Red Rock Blaster. No, we don't actually have Red Rock Blaster, but I kind of wish we did. Yeah, this is easy as hell. The big problem is I need Berserk to come back about right now. And most of my killing power is literally only because of IFGs existing. Because IFGs are the best killing power that you'll ever have. Did I actually pop Berserk in that one last thing? Or did it just, like, whack out for some reason? I'm assuming it just whacked out for some reason. Oh well, who cares? This is funny, even with all these buffs that I have to, like, carrying my thing, I still don't think I am going to be able to make this. Because there's just too many bugs. And also, the fact that that steep-ass slope does no services for my speed. I think I'm just gonna break my shields here. Oh, we're fine. We're fine, don't worry about it. Dude, this is a little bit much for me to deal with right now, especially as a lonely scout with just Boomstick to my knit. Dude, this is... I feel like I'm bullying the bugs. Like, actually bullying the bugs, since they just can't do anything while I'm in an IFG with... Okay, you know what? Maybe that guy can do something. Maybe there's a lot of things that they can do. Maybe I'm overconfident, and overconfidence is a slow, insidious killer. Let's hope they all die to that. Thank you. Alright. It seems like the cave generated weirdly, or at least like that extra cave did something to it, because there is another section here that isn't supposed to be here, which is, you know, a fantastic option. Alright, get out of here, everyone. I should probably just start shooting them while they're in the IFG, so I get, like, the full bonus from Bullets of Mercy. But I guess that's, like, some high-tech things that you could do. That is a Salt Praetorian that just spawned. That is... Well, that is the counter to the entire build that I'm playing, which is nice. I can't do anything to that Salt Praetorian. That Salt Praetorian is immune to basically every status effect, so I just don't get to play with my build against it. I don't even know if it's immune. I think it's immune to the IFG status effect, too. Alright, well, Bosco, can you eventually kill it. In fact, it'll just kill me instead. What a wonderful time. That is insanely cool, game. Did I get any? Yeah, I did. Well, we have probably one last swarm before we are completely out of here, because this was supposed to be an easy mission. The next mission will just be switching two things from the build, probably changing Fear the Boomstick. Actually, no, we're going to keep Fear the Boomstick. I think we are literally just going to change the stun to fire rate on Bullets of Mercy and do it again. Like, redo this thing. Just to... That is a full-on... That is not a fun time, but we are here for a good time. I don't remember... I mean, it was probably two of them that spawned, to be honest. Is it two of them? Did I remove the mod that makes it so that they're kind of scary? I think I removed the mod that makes them so that they're kind of scary. Can you please slam jam the ground, my brother? My brother in Carl. And by in Carl, I mean he's not in Carl. He's literally a bulk detonator. Bosco, can you just start shooting the bulk? I don't know what we're doing with it. I don't know if we're going to be using it to kill the entire swarm, or if we... I actually want Bosco over here. I think I will just kill the entire swarm with it, so... uno momento por favor. Alright, so we have gotten into a position where we can actually kill the entire swarm using the bulk detonator, and we are out of here. That's I had meant to land on that little salt pillar, but that is most of the swarm dealt with. Look at that stuff. All of them absolutely dead. God, I love bulk detonators, just in general. They provide such a... It's weird that I don't like the small cuz... Horrifying. Okay, I figured that was about to happen whenever that happened, because I couldn't back up since it shot behind me. Just wasn't paying attention to this guy. Literally just didn't even care about him, and I really should have. But anyway, I find it funny how I don't like the smaller boys, but I do like the big boys. It's literally just because the exploders feel like that they are on pretty much every single mission, which they almost are with as 5 double swarm. Dude, I have wandered into the wrong neighborhood here with... Okay, listen, man. Can we get out of this roly-poly hellhole, dude? As I walk back to get hit by another roly-poly, dude. This place sucks. We don't have armor break to deal with them very well, but it's fine. Luckily, we do have a corner, and we also have Boomstick stun, which means pretty much everything in my general looking area will be stunned. That is a thing that I can't jump on. Hey, you remember whenever I said everything in my general area will be stunned? Yeah, that's a lie, apparently. I have very specifically lied to all of you. I am very sorry about that one, and by very sorry, I mean, I'll do it again. Do it without remorse. Convict me, or else I'll do it again. Alright, well that was a fairly simple mission. Let's get going and get into the... I mean, I don't really think that there is a reason to change this build at all. It is completely fine. What makes it fine is the IFGs. Maybe if pheromones, like, makes it different, so I think we will play with pheromones. That is a failed grapple, if I've ever seen one. I think we will do another mission with pheromones, and did we ever built the tanker pod? Or we never did our secondary objective? So I guess I'll just very quickly do this. But I think the pheromones and changing it to have a higher rate of fire would be pretty good. So I think we'll do that. Alright, so we are down in the on-site refinery mission, mostly just because I wanted to play an on-site refinery mission for once in my life. This seems to be a fine mission. I think that's another Tritilyte up there, right? No, that is not. What the hell is that? Why do they look like that? Okay, that just look. The combo buds in the distance looked cool as hell. The shadows just perfectly played over them. I think this is... Was that a thing that I should be worried about? I think this is, yeah, overcharged sprinkler. Which, I do not like how the ground is furry, dude. That is absolutely horrible. Like, if I'm walking and that is a change I do not like. I guess it does make it so that you need to clear out the area, but the clearing out of the area is just, like, literally that. Anyway, we have Overcharge Sprinkler. We'll do that eventually, because Overcharge Sprinkler is a fun machine event. Which machine event is my favorite? I don't know. I literally have just woken up, and I am said, you know what, I have enough time to actually do a video here, so I'm going to complete the rest of this video, so it's not the same day as the last part of this video. I don't need that man to be alive. Alright, where's that other guy? There's two of them, and he didn't get stunned for some reason. And also, I somehow dodged both of them at the same time. Wild things are happening here. Anyway, there's one bucket. Buckets are... I'm so happy that the buckets are a mission objective, because they solve a lot of my issues. That man just didn't get stunned. I should have shot the boomstick. But I just woke up. My throat is still parched. I'm still freaking drinking some water, dude. Usually I don't drink water until, like, my first meal or something, and that has not happened yet, dude. And I just decided to wake up and get this recording done, so that's what's happening here. It's also a weird case where I don't do the sections of a video at the same time, which makes it... I don't know how it feels. Like, it feels weird in my sense, and I think me commenting about it and talking about how weird it feels makes it weird for everybody else, because most people wouldn't recognize the fact that, oh, it's probably another day until the YouTuber, you know, says it, or the content creator or whatever says that it's another day. And it's just... I didn't have enough time to finish it, dude. That's it. Anyway, I also woke up, like, exceedingly early. I went to bed at 11... God's strongest champion doesn't use pheromones, is what my thought process was there. God, like, I'm just like, I could use... You didn't get stunned, really? That's insane. It must be that the blast wave doesn't have any stun, but the actual pellets do. Thank you, Bosco. I am so happy that you could get in my way right there. Anyway, I went to bed at, like, 11, and I woke up at 5 p.m., like 5:30 p.m., because the relationship's alarm is going off, because the relationship recently got into Tarkov, and they wanted to play with their online friends, so they proceeded to wake up early, because they're overnights, and, well, you know, their friends don't, you know, particularly enjoy the overnight experience, so that is what has been happening recently, and that has been... They've been doing that earlier and earlier. Is it fine with me? Oh yeah, it was fucking fine with me. I don't give a shit, dude. I get to do fun things like record a video and do that stuff, and also have my tummy ache for some reason. I'm not entirely too sure why, dude. That is not a fun thing that is happening with me. Why is my tummy hurting? Reminds me of those freaking memes of tummy hurty, and then once they fix their tummy, it's like the Dark Souls meme, like the you died stuff. As I fully try to ignore the fact that the wave exists. There is 2 stingtails. Okay, so I'm trying to get a bunch of bugs together. You know what? Just toss that. MCR does change how pheromones work. It makes it so that there's an actual cloud that stays around. There's an actual cloud that stays around for a little bit that bugs can, like, walk into. Okay, well, I'm just gonna toss them at one because apparently I need to. It makes a little cloud that stays around, and it also, I think it ups the limit of how many bugs can be affected by it, but I'm not entirely sure. Good job, good job, good job, Bosco. That is... Bosco. Bosco. Thank you. Bosco will never disappoint me, and by never disappoint me, I mean he always fucking will disappoint me somehow, because of how he just functions on a daily basis. I'm not too sure why he decides to, like, is pathfinding bugs out, and he doesn't decide to, like... Okay, so he needs line of sight for his rockets, right? You would think if I ping him to rocket somewhere, he would fly into line of sight and then use his rocket. That is absolutely... Why is that Stingtail at 0 HP, dude? That is kind of wild to me. You would think he would fly into line of sight and use his rocket, but no, he just sits there like a fucking lemming and waits for the permission to fire it from the bug, and the bug obviously doesn't want that shit to happen. Anyway, what a wonderful time. So, update on the tummy hurting. I have solved tummy hurting, and that is simply because I am stronger than the pain inside, and, you know... I was about to say, I was writhing on the floor in agony for about 30 minutes. But that would be funny. I don't know why that's funny to me, but it is. Did the golden loot bug just attach itself to a shock crystal and absolutely murder itself? Oh, that poor little creature. Whatever shall I do as I pick up all the gold piece by piece off the floor and put it into the can? I don't know what's wrong with my game recently, but it has been lagging a little bit anytime a swarm appears, or at least I think it's been lagging a little bit whenever a swarm appears. It might just be completely random, because I don't see a swarm. This is... Oh, hey, I was wrong. It didn't lag whenever a swarm spawned in. It lagged just randomly. Isn't that a wonderful time? Because, how do I know this? Well, that noise that you just heard was a MCR Praetorian spawning. And the MCR Praetorian gave all these bugs 50% damage resist. Bosco, can you just... All these bugs have 50% damage resist, dude! How long does this shit last? Like, actually, how long... Dude, get them away from me! They have 50% damage resist, right? Maybe? I don't fucking know. I don't know how this works. Just toss that shit at them, see if that works, and then go kill the freaking Azure Praetorian. You just let me oh, they're pheromoned. I forgot that they're pheromoned, and I was questioning why they... That is absolutely horrifying. Are they fast? Dude, they still have the 50% damage resistance. That is... Dude, how long does it last? Right? This is 50% damage resist. Yeah, absolutely it's 50% damage resist. I hate the Azure Real Praetorian. There is no... Do I just have to fucking kill them? Okay, fine. You know what? Fight each other. Bosco, come here. Where's Bosco? Bosco? Oh, there he is. God, dude. Okay. We're done. How else am I gonna have to, like... Is it elemental resistance? No, that is 100% just damage resist. Like, it lasts fucking forever? Are we sure about this one? Who decided this was okay? Just... There's another one! No! Oh, there's another one! Why? I have to... Please tell me he's fighting the fucking other things. Stop being weird! Let me kill you! Stop it, dude! Oh my god, I have to throw another pheromone, don't I? I just have to throw another... I'm also out of ammo, so I have to just... Dude, this thing has to die, like, now? Could you stop being fucking weird? He's taking so many bullets. Just die. Do like your... Thank you! We can't have him buff the he buffed the rest of the bugs. He buffed the first wave of bugs. Oh no. Okay, these bugs, completely fine. I don't have to worry about these bugs. That guy is buffed. We are... I have to, like, actually check this shit. I don't have any, Oh. That's also very pog. I don't have any Pharonades, so I have to just, like... not be here. Alright, get me up here, then go over here, and then grab a resupply. What the hell is that? What? Okay. Yeah, just toss that there and hope that kills every single bug. Just hope the exploders, like, absolutely mess up all the bugs that are buffed. And, you know what? Somehow, all the bugs that were pheromoned are dead. And I'm not entirely too sure how that works. And by how that works, I mean... I do know how it works, because, you know, they're freaking alive, and now they're... all of a sudden, they stop moving. What a wild concept, is it not? Alright, well, that was a significantly worse time, and we all found out why I dislike the whatever it is. That's a lot of pheromone bugs. Does it remove the pheromone cap? It, like, has to remove the pheromone cap. There's still bugs that happen to be... Are you sure that's how much damage I'm doing to him? It seems like I am dealing some damage to him. You know, what we lost in not being able to see the error henge anymore, we've certainly gained in so many more things. Oh, that's just hell. That is just a bunch of... Is there just one of you? Really? I thought there was going to be more of them. That's a slug. You know what? Simply outplayed, Slasher. Simply outplayed. Got you to roar somehow, and then you just didn't. Hey, look, he's there. Don't ping him, because then he'll be angry. Instead, get close to him, and just try to one-shot him and fail. How much HP do they even have? I'm not too sure, but at least he ran away. Alright, well, we have to deal with the rest of this one, which shouldn't be that bad. Unfortunately, Bosco is not here, and I also don't have IFGs, so basically what I'm doing... Bosco, why do you always have to do these things? Hey, look, there he is. And now he's dead. Wonderful time. I will say this build is significantly worse, but that is, well... So the pheromone nades are literally one of the best nades in the game, just because it can just stop an entire swarm. But I don't think I will ever really truly appreciate them, because IFGs are so powerful for just killing bugs. Because A, it makes all the bugs weak to 30% weaker, and also it makes it so that they all slow down, and I can just line them all up and absolutely murder the hell out of them. You know, the line them up, knock them down, you know, that line? Yeah, that's the IFG. Alright, so there is one last swarm before we hit up the refinery. Now, of course, I am going to do the dumb decision and help Bosco build this pipeline real quick, so I can hit the refinery quicker, so that we can get this mission done quicker. And also, it's a lot more fun if we double up on these swarms. Now, the problem with this is... I'm going to toss a Pharaoh at that, just to let them deal with each other real quick. I am also going to interrupt all of them to fill them up with bullets as well. So the big problem that we're going to have is that there is going to be a lot of bugs to do this. Also, I hope I killed all the Mactera, so they can actually properly do this. Another problem that we're going to be having, I missed the... another problem that we are going to be having is there is going to be... I stunned that guy? I did stun him. You? There is going to be a big problem with if there's an Azure Wheeled Praetorian that spawns. That is just going to be 100% awful. I don't have any Pharaohnades. I should probably get a Pharaohnade before I forget about it. They are all done with being Pharaohed. That is not Pog. There is... If an Azure Wheeled Praetorian spawns, I think we just, like, not even interact with the swarm. Hey, Bosco, there's a bunch of swarmers. Can you deal with the swarmers, please? By deal with the swarmers, I mean I might deal with them myself. And by deal with them myself, I mean I feel no shame in throwing a Pharaohnade. I just don't feel any shame. Because throwing a Pharaohnade is completely fine there. I'm going to have Bosco fix that one, and I can fix this one. I need to be able to run just in case bugs start biting me. I guess I could just start using the shotgun for dealing with bugs, which, of course, in this certain scenario, with Pharaohnades, I think the best option is not to have the fear. I think it's literally to have the other one, the fire one, so that you can light a bunch of things on fire. Can I help you, mister? Goodbye, dude. Because of a bunch of the damage that you'll be doing is going to be relatively moot. It doesn't... you need that 30% extra damage, is what I'm trying to say, from the IFGs, and if you don't have it, then you might as well have the other one. I can use my power attack on the next Pharaohnade that I throw, so I guess... Does there have to be, like, a billion swarmers every single day of my life, dude? Why? Oh, GK is good for swarmers, dude. Unfortunately, I have to aim whenever it comes to swarmers. Yes, it is better than both the scout weapons, kinda. No, I would still prefer Drac, because Drac at least makes it so... At least Drac is a very clear spray and pray weapon. Alright. I never realized that if you use Boomstick and reload it, the shells actually drop onto the ground somewhere. Yeah, you can see them right there, right next to that slasher that just absolutely deleted the hell out of me. Okay, well, I don't have a Pharaohnade, actually. That's kind of horrible. Let's get a Pharaohnade and then toss it and hit up the last bit of this mission. Yeah. And by last bit of this mission, let's actually just get out of here. Let's hope all the Trijaws and stuff and the exploders actually kill everything over there. This is a very powerful mission for Pheromonades, because Pheromonades get buffed to hell and back by exploders and Trijaws, since Trijaws deal a lot of damage. They deal, what, 63 explosive damage? Yeah, brother? I mean, he's dead to the exploder, right? A lie, he was not dead to the exploder. Why would he ever be dead to the exploder? I also need it completely out. Anyway, that's the video. You guys have a wonderful night, and I hope to see you all again eventually. And I also hope that you all have been doing well, or at least trying to do well. You know, as much as life tries to kick you while you're down, dude.